My name is Andrea Pepler-Murray, and I come from Hammond, Indiana. I go to Purdue-Calumet University, and I want to tell you my story about when I was little. When we moved out here from Pennsylvania, I was only about 7 years old, and I was in regular school back in Pennsylvania. I had cerebral palsy. And when I came out here, we came out here for medical reasons, but the education was bad. They put me in a special ed class, and I just sat there all day long, and I didn't do anything. And I cried every night when I came home. And my father actually, had to educate me until about the late 60s when they were integrating us into public school. I was able to take an art class. They put me in an art class in regular public school. And the teacher, they said that I was retarded, so he just sat me down with some paints and brushes and crayons, paper. And as you know, the teacher goes around the class seeing other students and seeing their work. And all of a sudden, when he came to mine, he looked, and I painted a beautiful swan on a lake with trees all around. And beside that, I wrote a story about the picture. And he says, "You're coming with me, young lady, to the principal's office." And I go, "Oh my God, no. I just got into public school, and now I got in trouble, and I got to go to the principal's office." So I went down there, and I was shaking and everything. And he slammed the paper on the principal's table. And he says, "Don't tell me that this child is retarded. Look at what she done. She painted a picture and told a story." And so he says, "Well, they said that she was retarded, and, we didn't know what to do with her." And he goes, "Well, I'm going to do something about it." So he came home with me and talked to my parents. And he actually went to bat with my parents and me. And he went to every school board in Hammond, Indiana. And he got me into public school. And it was Porter Elementary. And it was by Purdue University. And today, it is part of Purdue University, and I'm a student there, and I am taking communication and creative arts, and all my classes in communication is in that building. So I'm right back where I started from. I'm very active in Purdue University, and they also call me the wheelchair warrior, because I'm very active and I'm an activist for accessibility around the campus. We put on "Don't Diss My Art," and I wanted to dance. The Dancing of the Stars, I watched that and I go, "Geez, wouldn't it be great to dance in a wheelchair?" So my teacher, my drama teacher, she knew the student that was a professional dancer. So we got together and he taught me how to waltz in a wheelchair. So when my act was dancing, we danced a waltz in a wheelchair. And it went over so great that Purdue University covered all the expenses of the production. And the next play, they're going to do all the expenses too. So, out of that, we couldn't perform on the stage because there was no ramp. And out of that, Don't Diss My Art, Purdue has agreed to put in a new theater room and with theater chairs and make a new stage with a ramp. And the ramp is going to be called the Andrea Pepler Murray ramp.